Hey everyone, my name is Katie Powers and I'm your local realtor and credit repair specialist. And today I want to go over 9 myths about your credit score, and then we're also going to go over the facts so that you know the truth about your credit. So the number one thing that I hear the most is that making lots of money will increase your credit score. This is not true. So your income is not taken into account on your credit score. The credit bureaus have no idea what your annual income is. Now, when you fill out a credit card application, they always ask you what your income is because they want to make sure that you have a job or money coming in to be able to pay down those credit cards if you choose to use them. But it does not take into account on the credit score. So your income is not a part of your credit score. You can make millions and millions of dollars and it will not improve your credit score. So myth number 2 is that all 3 credit reports are the same. This is also a myth because all 3 credit bureaus have different algorithms on how they come up with your credit score. You'll notice this when you pull all 3 credit scores. They're never all the same score. They range between 20 to 35 point difference. If everything is reported accurately across the board on all 3 bureaus, you will see that small difference in credit score. Now, if you pull all 3 credit scores, and your difference of credit is 50, 60 point difference between all 3, then there's something not reporting accurately. And then give me a call and we can go over that and see what we need to do to get your scores to report more accurately. So myth number 3 is that negative items will fall off your report within 7 years. I hear this one most frequently, and it is a myth. I hear clients all the time tell me, well, we don't need to work on that foreclosure or collection or repo because it's been on my credit 6 years. It's going to fall off next year. Here's the fact. It's not going to go away. It's not going to fall off your report in 7 years. The credit bureaus have a standard 11 to 13 years. Now, if that debt or collection or charge off, however you want to call it, if that debt gets sold to another agency, another collection agency, then your time clock starts over. So the last thing you should be thinking is, I don't have to worry about that because it's going to fall off. It's not going to fall off. It's designed not to fall off because it shows your credit worthiness. So if you are having a lot of issues with past debt, give me a call. I can help with that. So myth number 4. Debit cards help your credit. Debit cards do not help your credit. That is not true. Debit cards are linked to your bank, which is also considered income. They do not report to the credit bureaus, therefore they do not help your credit. Myth number 5. I'm getting my numbers all confused always. So myth number 5 is that opening up a credit card will hurt your credit. This is not true. Now, I know we're ingrained to hear that because I was told that my whole life and I witnessed it. If you were like me, you went to college and you were broke, right? I was so broke in college. And these credit card companies were super, super smart to appeal to the 18-year-olds away from home. And I would get a free Subway sandwich if I applied for a credit card. So as broke as I was, I went to Subway every single day and I applied for a new credit card. And in that instance, yes, it wrecked my credit score. Because when you apply for multiple cards, you're hitting inquiries. So you're getting multiple inquiries. And in my case, because my credit, I was so young, I didn't really have any credit. I was getting denied for those credit cards. So then it was a double whammy. I was having inquiries hit my score and then it denied. So I wasn't having the positive of a new credit card to help offset. So the key here to remember is that just because you apply for a credit card does not mean that it's going to hurt your score. If you get approved for that credit card, it is a positive. It offsets the inquiry because now you have a new positive account on your credit score. If you are looking for a credit card to help build your credit, I highly, highly, highly suggest opening a secured credit card first. There are lots of places that have it. I really like First Premier Bank. They accept you with a very low credit score, but it really helps you build that credit. And a secured credit card pretty much ensures that you will be approved, so it will not hurt your credit. Myth number 6 is that paying a past due debt removes it from your credit report. This one is so huge. I want you to focus on this because that is not true. Just because you pay an old collection or an old charge-off, it is not removed from your credit and it does not help your credit. All it does is when you scroll down on your collections, it shows paid collection. But the collection is still there, and most important to hurt your credit is all those past dues that led up to it going into collection are still there. The past due, all those late payments that hit your report before it goes into collections is what hurts your credit the most. Late payments are 35% of your credit score. It's the largest portion of the credit algorithm. So all those late pays compound and hurt your credit, and then once it goes into collection, it hurts your credit even more. Just because you pay that debt doesn't mean that it's going to help your credit, and it definitely doesn't mean that it's going to be removed from your credit. So if you have accounts like that, before you spend any money, give me a call. We can discuss it. I can show you how I can get it removed from your report permanently. And in most cases, you don't have to pay that debt off. So moving on to myth number 7, canceling credit cards will help your credit score. Absolutely not. Canceling credit cards hurt your credit score because what it's doing is it's deleting that credit history off your report. Now, you can have a credit card at a $0 balance and it's helping your credit. So my suggestion to you before you cancel any card is just to leave it at a $0 balance. I see this a lot, especially with clients that are trying to purchase homes. They pay down their credit cards and they get so excited they pay down their credit cards and they cancel them. And it does the opposite. It hurts their credit. So do not cancel a credit card. Please, please, please just pay it down to 0 or below the 25% of your credit limit, and leave it alone. Don't cancel it. Leave it there. It helps your credit history. So myth number 8, you don't need to check your credit if you pay your bills on time. Not true. So especially in the technology world that we live in today, it's very easy to have your credit stolen. And I see it all the time. Identity theft is real. So even though you pay your bills on time, which congratulations, that's a huge deal, pay your bills on time and even early. It doesn't hurt you to pay them early. So pay your bills on time. You still need to check your credit. I personally check my credit every quarter just to make sure that everything's reporting correctly. The statistic that I see or that I've heard is that 80% of credit reports have inaccurate information reported. 80% of Americans have inaccurate information reported. This is disgusting and not okay. So just because you pay your bills on time doesn't mean that your credit hasn't been stolen or that something inaccurate has been reported. Especially in South Texas, we have a lot of the same names. Lots of Stephanies, right? Lots of the same names. So you want to make sure that someone else's bad stuff is not being reported on to your credit. I see this a lot with families that the sons have the same name as their father. Because when you go for a credit card, your credit cards don't say junior or the second or the third. They say your full name, which happens to be the same full name as your father. So you don't want your dad's debt to pass on to you and vice versa. You don't want your son's debt reporting on your credit report. So it's very, very, very important to check your credit, know your credit, make sure that it is reporting accurately. If it's not reporting accurately, give me a call. So, last but not least, myth number 9 is that credit scores are locked for 6 months. I don't know why I hear this so much, because it literally just makes me cringe. In what world do we live in that credit scores are locked for 6 months? That's not even the case when you're purchasing a home. When you purchase a home, they pull your credit and you have 90 days to find a home on that credit check. But they're still going to pull your credit again anyway, because your credit is a revolving door. Based off your debts and your credit card bills and what you pay per month, it changes. It goes up and down. Now, should it always stay on a relatively upward motion? Yes, because that's what credit history does. But say life happens, right? And I just had this happen on my rental home. The water heater broke. That was a $1,500 bill that I wasn't expecting. So you know what? I just threw it on the credit card and we'll pay it off next month. So it wasn't on the budget for this month. We're going to pay it off next month. So that's a big deal. That's going to impact my credit score a little bit, because now I have debt on my credit cards. But once I pay it off, it's going to go up. So it's not just as simple, we can lock it for 6 months and everything's fine. That's not true. So make sure that you're checking your credit score. Make sure that you know what's on your credit score. Now, if you have fell victim to any of the things that I talked about that are hurting your credit score, I have good news for you. I can help you. I have a great credit repair program that can repair your credit in as little as 45 days. The program is for 6 months. However, we do credit updates every 45 days. So you get to see the process of your score going up. And it also gives you detailed notes of exactly what items have been removed permanently from your report. So if you're interested in this, my cell phone number and my email are right here. So I want you to give me a call or shoot me a text or email me, because I want to be able to help you and I want you to have the best credit score that you can possibly have. And if, on a side note, if you've been thinking about purchasing a home but you just don't know where to start, I can definitely help you with that as well. So if you found this helpful, I want you to like it. And if you are excited to hear more information about credit or purchasing a home, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Thursday. And last but not least, check out my Facebook page. I have a Credit Tip Tuesday. So every Tuesday, you'll get a new credit tip put up on my Facebook page, and it's super helpful. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much, guys. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.